we're going to get started. We had the one game last week, played real well against West Liberty. Got off to a great start, 19-2. Then they made a run there, but I think they got it back to a 2-possession game, and then we pulled away there at 10. Fitzwater had a big game with 30 points, 15 rebounds. Ratcliffe had 15. So I thought we had a pretty good team effort, but we got off to a good start. We're getting closer to playing 40. I think it's about 33, 34 I was actually happy with. So hopefully against Fairmont tomorrow, we can get a full 40 minutes in on the road.
Coach, I asked Todd. Oh, my bad, Nick. I asked Todd this already. I'm glad I asked that one question last week about at the time it was an uninterrupted schedule because, of course, knowing what happened, no game on Saturday, and right now you're still on track to play Fairmont tomorrow night. So, what's kind of the mentality knowing that as of right now, fingers crossed, no changes, you guys are still ready to play tomorrow?
Yeah, we still got to finish our testing today. Fairmont's got to do their testing, so if anybody would have it. But yeah, our preparation was yesterday for Fairmont. Now Fairmont had played D&E last night, and they beat D&E like a drum. And so we had 2 days for Fairmont. They'll have 1 day for us. But our mission is just to prepare for Fairmont and come back, then go for Frostburg on Saturday. But take them 1 day at a time. I know he said you got to be flexible, and anybody knows me, I'm not very flexible. I want to know again what I'm doing June the 17th at 2:00 in the afternoon. So, we were already on the road last week and got the call to come home. We just got to say, take it 1 day at a time and hopefully get a chance to play Fairmont and, let the chips fall where they
may. Coach, obviously the situation for you guys last weekend was pretty weird. You didn't have a game to fill that slot like the guys did. What did you guys kind of do over the weekend as far as preparation? Was there rest? Was it getting ready a little early for this game coming up, or what did you guys do?
Well, Saturday we basically took the kids we were going to travel with and scrimmaged. Try to keep it a game like, try to stop the clock the best we could and work on some things. I know if you ever coached, the high school coaches, when you get a cancellation due to weather before this COVID crap started, you're not going to get anything done in practice. So we'd actually worked out Friday morning in preparation for Wheeling before we knew anything was up. And that's why, I said after the men's game, we will scrimmage, to make it game like, take Sunday off, and then come in on Monday to start preparing for Fairmont. Just try to keep it in the best schedule we could. Because I know if I'd come in and done a lot of drill work on Saturday, they wouldn't have been in the mood for that. I'd have probably gotten mad, and it wouldn't have been a good day for any of us.
Coach, tell me about the game coming up with Frostburg State. What really sticks in your mind when you look at their game tape on the screen?
Well, Tesla started looking at them. They played a ton of zone against Notre Dame Saturday, and I don't know why more people don't play us a zone to have someone in front behind Fitzwater. Fairmont may come out and play zone tomorrow, but some zone. Last year we beat them pretty good here. Up there, we were not very good, and they beat us up there last year. Only get them once this year. So I think it'll be a game where we've got to be ready to play. We're home. You got to take advantage of being at home. But, again, I think we're going to be ready to attack a zone. And I think, if the film gets out and we struggle with the zone, you're going to see more and more people playing the zone.
Coach, looking at the stats from Riley last week, I think Westside, it was just her second 30-point game, and that she's been there, which seems remarkable to me. But how is she progressing? I know we've talked about, playing without Madison May. How do you feel like last week was kind of stepping in the right direction, as it were, to really becoming a leader on the court?
Well, after the D&E game, I thought first half she played pretty well. Second half she wasn't as active. And I said, you got to be hungry and you got to put us on your back right now. And I thought in Monday, after the D&E game, she did that. And, it showed us going to the game there on Wednesday. And, she did that. And I think she had a couple good days practice last week. The scrimmage was good. And she had a great practice yesterday. Not and told her, she and I have talked about, she has actually the chance to keep playing once her career is done here at Concord. And I said, but the thing is, you got to take your 6'4", 6'5" frame and take it to another level. And I think she started that process. It's always going to be a progress. I mean, progress and works in progress. But, I think she's got that ultimate goal to play beyond college overseas. And, it helps being big. But, again, she has to do it every day. And I think she's finally realized that, she could take a play off here and there because Madison would do it. Now she can't take a play off. She's got to do it every day, every play for us to be successful.
Coach, obviously, you talked very highly of your freshmen coming in, and Jasia and Maddie. But did you kind of expect them to play this much of a role, and has it kind of changed even from the beginning of the season how you kind of game plan now, knowing that you can rely, maybe not very heavily, but you can rely on these freshmen to give you really good minutes, and Maddie's putting up a lot of points for you guys.
Right. I thought, early on when we started there in October, had a chance. Of course, then you get shut down and come back. But then, we got back after Christmas. It was like those two always stood out. One day Jay's would get the better of the other, than Maddie one day. But, it's nice to have two quality guards, two freshman kids that we can go to. And, I know right now it's kind of Riley, then second be Maggie Gwynn. But then, sometimes the freshmen, are right there in that third spot. And I think the team's accepted it. They have no problem putting the ball in Maddie Ratcliffe's hands or Jay's hands and say, go make a play for us. And I think the team has confidence. I have confidence in them. Now, they're still going to be freshmen. I mean, I thought Jay's the last week against West Liberty in her first start kind of forced the issue a little bit too much. Maddie let the game come to her. And that's why I didn't feel like we could start both of them. If I felt like we could start both of them, they wouldn't both start, push the issue, I'd start both of them. But, one's going to come off the bench and give us energy. One will start. But, we stumbled in or whatever, had two great freshman guards there. It's, and they, for a long time, Concord's going to be solidified at the guard spot with Jays and Maddie.
Coach, you've been hesitant to go to the bench for Tamara Scott's getting minutes, and lots of seasoned players are contributing, and in the course of a game, you're going to need to spell the starters. Tell me how that bench strength is really a positive thing for Concord this year.
Well, it is. Again, if you can bring Maddie Ratcliffe off the bench, he's our third leading scorer. You can bring Tamara Scott in, who I've set up for the last 3 years, could have started at a lot of different places. She came in at the wrong time at the wrong place. She came in the same time as Riley Fitzwater. But, she's probably our second or third leading rebounder off the bench. And, I think back to the Glenville game last year, we were struggling early on, got down 15 points. She won jump started us. And she had stayed in the game longer, but she rolled an ankle. So anytime you can bring in a post to, back up maybe one of the best post players in the country, kick and start a lot of places, that's strength. You bring Maddie Ratcliffe in, who should be starting, you bring her in. You bring Ashton Funderburg off the bench, who played in every game last year as a point guard. She could start some places as a freshman. She played, a lot of minutes last year. You bring Dunford in, who has started some. So all of a sudden, you bring in 4 or 5 kids off the bench, Jazz Blankenship. We started Alexis Phillips the first few games because Lundy was slow coming back from COVID. But, again, now if we got 11, 12 we can go with, and in a year like this, that's a good year to have, because if we lose someone because they are through this contact tracing, and I think Neil Brown had said it exactly. Anybody can figure out contact tracing, explain it to him, explain it to me. But if we lose someone not because they just were at the wrong place at the wrong time, then all of a sudden you got 12 people that can play. You can step up, next man up, and we'll be okay.